Thank you for having me.
Oh,
Chair Craven, all the members of the committee, I just want to start out by saying thank you so much for all your service to everybody in the state. This is an incredibly important committee here in the House as well as over in the Senate. Thanks for having all of us around to help you guys do your jobs, which is here to talk about the law. I'm here today as a private citizen. I'm also a member of the Amnesty International Local Chapter 1016. Amnesty International takes a pretty hard stand around the world advocating for those who are in the custody of any law enforcement officers or in any prison, no matter what the reason is for. I just have two things to kind of add tonight. You know, obviously we're going to be hearing 20 other people. I don't have much to share today other than a little bit of background for you based on what Amnesty has gleaned from a little bit of an experiment. In 2003, the federal legislature passed the Prison Rape Elimination Act. It aimed to do exactly what was in the title. 10 years on, the Bureau of Justice Statistics was still counting rapes and sexual assaults in prison, but they were able to count. They were able to say with certainty that out of all the allegations that had standing for investigation, disproportionately, the people who had been violated were juveniles, they were LGBTQI plus people, and they were those who were mentally disabled. These are the most vulnerable people in our federal prison institutions. They were able to pinpoint that because they had the data. Here in the state of Rhode Island, I'm sure you all know what an onerous task it is for any member of the public to go to the Attorney General's Civil Rights Division and get a police officer investigated for abuse of their enforcement. The first step in getting standing here in the state of Rhode Island to take a police officer to court for being abusive to anybody is to have the civil deputy AG take the case to the Rhode Island State Police, who investigates that claim. And then the Rhode Island State Police decides if they're standing to prosecute, to go forward with the prosecution. Having a law on the books that clearly states that there is no consent in the squad car, that there is no such thing as consent in the parole office, there is no such thing as consent in a jail cell, will help us to not only find out how many times these complaints are being brought forward, but to prosecute, to get it in front of a jury in the first place. We need tools. The criminal justice system is only as powerful as the amount of tools that we give it. So whatever you all need to do with the sponsors of this bill, and there are many of them, including members of the law enforcement community, including former members of the oversight community, do it. Don't leave it up to us, because something like this, we can get it right now, or we can wait until it's in the national press. And that is not the moment to be holding the bucket that says we held it for further study. This is 2022. In 2020, there was a national uprising. People around the world, from Nigeria all the way to Oakland, right here in Providence, Rhode Island, and other parts of this state, were saying, defund the police. Now, some people say that's not going far enough. Some people say, why is this institution even around? You know, Amnesty isn't one of those. I might not be one of those people. But surely, if we're dealing with, in the aftermath, a reckoning that seeks to get the bad apples out of the bucket, then let's give our criminal justice system, our courts, every opportunity to tip that bucket over and figure out where the bad apples are. If I had 50 friends and 40 of them were like, hey, I would put my name on paper saying that I would never take advantage of somebody who was under duress, afraid for their livelihood, for their standing in their community. I would never harm them. And the other 10 friends said, well, why would I need to sign that piece of paper? Don't you trust me? Who would I have over to babysit my children? Who would I have over to look in after my burglar alarm or my Nest Cam went off when I was out of town? This is about the credibility of our most trusted institution, standing on the front lines. Y'all read the papers. You know what a horrible job that they have. Let's make sure that they're trusted. So those are the 2 points that I came here to make tonight. Again, I really think that the criminal justice system is doing well. With your help, it can do even better. And if there is a way to reform this institution, help these sponsors do it.